Apple's iPhone SE3 currently has a second-hand market price of just over $1,000, but the incredible actions of the following person will blow your mind. The overall appearance of this device, to be honest, is already 2 years old. The device is still well maintained, with no significant scratches or damage. However, the main request of this person is to replace the screen of the iPhone SE3. What happens next might turn your understanding upside down. After examining the entire body, aside from a few minor scuffs and somewhere around the camera ring, everything else is intact. But this person has another request to replace the case as well, and they insist on finding a 99% new original disassembled case. What's even more absurd is that the current screen is actually fine. The reason for replacement is that the screen version is substandard and looks glaringly bright. They want to replace it with the SE3 GDR version, which looks softer on the eyes. Are phone users nowadays so particular about their devices? Such demands are truly hard to satisfy, even with money. Of course, if they're repaying, we provide the best service. We did try to dissuade them, but sometimes you just meet unusual customers. This device happens to be a US version with 64 GB storage. The battery health is still at 83%, but for a perfectionist, it has to be replaced. Thanks to this customer's extreme requests, it also helped improve our sales performance. After testing all the features, everything worked perfectly. Honestly, finding a 99% new disassembled case for this model isn't easy. Meeting the expectations of such a perfectionist is even more challenging. Luckily, we had a private stock of parts for this SE3. In fact, selling them a brand new SE3 would have been easier. But no, they insist on keeping their own device. Speaking of which, after replacing all the components, is it still your old phone? I've never seen such creative demands from fans before. Whether or not you learned something new, this experience has opened my eyes. This customer is 100% a perfectionist. The next steps will determine whether they're resatisfied or not. When opening the screen and seeing fingerprints inside, how will they react? Even Fortune 500 companies have flaws. Why chase absolute perfection? The fingerprints on the shield are from production, as stated by other users. In the end, the perfectionist chose to upgrade the phone storage. What was the thought process behind that? After all, turning an original phone into a refurbished one is quite the operation. We didn't ask, we didn't dare to. Next, we see if the storage upgrade satisfies them. To prevent dust from entering during grinding, we covered the device with heat-resistant stickers. The grinding machine automatically removes material while keeping the device cool. The iPhone 13 mini and iPhone 13 series share the same hard drive, so they're recompatible. After grinding, we level it with a suction bag and remove residual glue. Once the contact points are smooth, we install a 512 GB hard drive. Step 1. Storage expansion is complete. Step 2. Battery transplant. Honestly, with 83% capacity, the original battery could last another 6 months. However, the perfectionist didn't choose an official replacement battery. Instead, they opted for custom work, detaching the original flex cable and board. Using precision tools, we removed the remaining components and realigned them. Flex cable. With automated spot welding, the original circuit board was securely fused to the new high-capacity battery. A new protective sticker was applied, completing the transplant. While the process looks simple, it demands precision craftsmanship to achieve an indistinguishable finish. After reinstalling the battery with adhesive, we restore the motherboard and reinstall the system. A few minutes later, the flashing process is complete. The phone's storage upgrade and battery transplant are halfway done. We added new phone buffers and protective stickers to the motherboard. Next is replacing the back cover assembly and display. Since the parts come from a nearly new disassembled device, we only needed to move the camera module over. After reassembling the motherboard and battery, every screw was carefully secured in place. Residual materials from Foxconn production were cleaned off to ensure perfection. A new waterproof adhesive was applied before reattaching them. Screen, original components, such as the earpiece and fingerprint sensor, were transferred to the new display. The replacement was done without damaging the screen. To restore it to a condition indistinguishable from new, we removed and reapplied the waterproof adhesive. Once everything was reassembled, the repair was complete. This process truly defies traditional repair expectations. For a perfectionist, this level of repair should be satisfactory. Honestly, spending $1,300 to repair and upgrade such an old phone is a luxury. Considering the value of this device, the cost of this restoration could be bought another second-hand phone with extra features. However, The investment met their ideal vision. I have to admire this customer's commitment to perfection. Hopefully, the final result meets their expectations. Such an extreme level of perfectionism is rare to encounter. Are you this obsessive about your phone too?